All right. I gotta charge my watch. I'll get some writing in. Maybe half an hour, maybe 45 minutes, maybe an hour, maybe 30 hours. Who can say? All I know is I'm getting some work in. Getting some work in. I'm in a good mood today. I'm in a good mood. Setting this bad boy up to rock and roll. Rocking and rolling. I'm just babbling at this point. And it's gone where it's wrong. You know, like my first name. This shirt's a little tight on me. I'm not gonna lie. Little tight. I don't care. I look sexy in it though. It might be the only thing that really matters. All right, so I gotta read this chapter. So I'm gonna be a little quiet right now. But if you jump on, you start talking. Oh. Just reading. Author Tom Duffy and I are writing. It's the third book in our fourth trilogy together. And he just finished chapter 20 a day or so ago. So I have to read his chapter to write chapter 21. Mr. Frank says it's a late January Christmas miracle. That's what I was thinking. 100%. You took the words right out of my mouth. Just completely out of my mouth. I figured I'd get in a little bit of writing today. I'm trying to read a chapter that Tom finally wrote this week, and then I can do it. This shirt's tight around my neck. I haven't worn this shirt. So I haven't worn this shirt in a long time. But now I've dropped several pounds. And it fits, but it's just tight. It's also a little short because of my belly. But you can't see that. So act like this shirt completely fits me. You still got snow on the ground up there? Why are you saying jerk? Because I just asked if you still had snow up there? It's freezing here. 42 degrees. 42 degrees here. It was like 30 something when I did my coffee thing. I slept in late. I slept until like 10:30 this morning. That was nice. Every night before we go to bed, I say to my wife, "Do you need to get up?" And she says, "Yes, by 8:30." And then she says, "Do you need to get up?" And sometimes I say yes, but last night I said no. And then at one point, then I rolled over and I heard her. She was in the shower, and I'm like, "All right, it's got to be like 8. It's obviously like 8:30." She got up with her alarm. I never hear her alarm. And then she came out, got dressed, and I rolled over and I'm like, "Hey," and she's like, "Hey, you slept in." I'm like, "What time is it?" She's like, 10:30. Like, you know what? Good. I'm glad I slept till 10:30. Let me go set up for my coffee thing. Well, then by the time I had my coffee, shot my coffee the day video, and I'm like, it's time for lunch. Miss Frank said that's a very Florida question. He also says it's 20 degrees and it's snowed a foot. Yes, we still have snow. Oh, so you're still getting snow. Okay. I didn't know that. I thought the snow had passed. I've seen videos from like Arkansas and other places where they're like, "Oh yeah, we just we're done with the snow now, and now it'll start to melt." Seawall says, "Good afternoon. Good afternoon to you as well." So in one of my wife's properties in Ohio, they had like a crap ton of snow Sunday, and so all the tenants in the building were off. The problem is, apparently, there are 700 people who work in that building, in various tenants in that building, and there are parking spots for 750 of them. So when the company they hired to plow, so everybody can go to work on Tuesday today, they plowed Sunday into yesterday, and like half the spaces are taken up because there was so much snow. So now she's got to pay a company to come in and basically remove the snow so they have 700 parking spots. And it's going to cost like $20,000 to move all that snow. That's insane. As Frank says, and now we are threatening blizzard for this coming Sunday. Holy crap. You're getting beat up there. Whew. Sunday is supposed to be cold here, though. I think it's supposed to drop into the 40s. So I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you. And actually, I think got down to like 32 last night. My wife turned the heat on. I'm like, I don't think we need the heat. I got three fans blowing on me. That is nuts. Just reading the end of this chapter that Tom wrote. Man, he's such a horrible author. I am so great. I am so no. Actually, it's pretty good. This is a good chapter. Good, Tom. If you ever watch these videos, good job on this chapter 20. All right. Problem is, now that you've read the chapter, and I haven't read this book in, I don't know, about 1,000 years, it feels like. He's only writing one chapter a week. It's hard to figure out what the next move is. Anyway, let's set this up. Can't believe you guys are still getting snow. That's insane. Like insanity. Yeah. I figure if I can get this chapter done, I'll feel like I had a good day. I also got a video to do, a book review. There is a TV show review and a movie review, but I'll probably do those. The goal is to do them tomorrow night with my wife, and that way I can gauge if she's adding or subtracting subscribers for it. I'm sure she's adding. Every time she's in a video, that video seems to get a nice bump. I also got to do the an email for stuff today. I just got a lot of stuff going on. I also got to take a nap today. So much happening. Thirst traps, exactly. I'm a thirst trap, but I don't want my wife being in the video and spoiling that. All the women are like, "Oh, he's married." What? Although some women do like that. The few times, I'm not going to lie and say a lot of times that I got hit on, the few times I got hit on, usually I was married. Chicks seem to dig that for some reason. Come on, spell right. All right. My wife and I finished watching the last few episodes of Black Rabbit last night on Netflix. Jude Law, Jason Bateman, very good. Very good. 8 episodes. We'll do a review of that tomorrow night, probably. Or at least we'll record it maybe tomorrow night. My wife yesterday for lunch, near her work, her and Michelle, who she works with, there was an empanada place that opened up not too long ago, and they tried it, and my wife just ordered a bunch of just random stuff. Like, let's just order a bunch of stuff and try it out. And apparently it was delicious. So you never heard of it? You never heard of an empanada place? No, you never heard of Black Rabbit. Black Rabbit, yeah. I just stumbled on it, and I'm like, oh, Jason Bateman, I like him, and it's the good brother and the shitty brother, and kind of thing. And they own a restaurant. It's pretty good. It's I thought it was very good. And so she brought a bunch of the empanadas. She brought 4 empanadas home and some rice and beans and some other stuff. And I had that for today for lunch. But I'm like, what do I do with it? She's like, you throw the empanadas, you throw them in the air fryer. Air 350 for 6 minutes. You got to spray them with oil, a little bit of oil. And then after 3 minutes, you flip them. And they were good. They were still crunchy and crispy, although you always wonder with stuff like that when you reheat something. I'm like, I wonder if this tasted really, really good when it was fresh, when they made it. Probably was. So at some point I'll have to be like, hey, I'm going to come up for lunch and we're going to go to Empanada Land, whatever the name of it is. I don't know what the name of it is. Empanadas are us, maybe. With the R is backwards. And one of those upside down question marks. in this chapter, I had to come up with crappy people. So what better crappy people writing about South Jersey? What better crappy people than dude wearing a Phillies cap and a guy with an Eagles jersey, right? And if you're a Philly fan, that's on you. Oko the Trickster. Hey, I'm getting into trying to write my own story. Any advice for a new writer? Yes, write the damn thing. Most people are going to say, I'm going to start a story, and they never finish the story or they burn out on it. So have some ideas about the story. Have some, I would imagine if you're writing this, you've had something where you're like, you have an idea, a scene, a character, something. Get all that down on paper. You're just going to regurgitate your story. So anything, you throw in everything, including the kitchen sink, and you see what sticks, what works, and but the key is to finish it. The key is to keep going. You're not going to write it in a day unless it's a short story or something. I have an idea, but I'm struggling to figure out how to use it properly. So I would not say procrastinate. I would say kind of come up with a better plan than I think I got this idea, but I don't know what to do with it. A lot of times my best stuff is two ideas and I mash them together. How does this character and this character interact? But ideally, you don't want to like, hey, for the next year, I'm going to just do research. And for the next year, I'm going to create this great fantasy world. I know so many authors who are like writing sci-fi or fantasy or something. They create this huge world and money systems and religion, all this other stuff. And I'm like, you never wrote the damn story. The former toast says, morning, cool kid. Put words on paper even if they don't make sense. Exactly. You just want to write. You can always go back. You always just want to get the story down. It's kind of like if you do, I know a guy who has never written a screenplay to pitch a screenplay. He's always written a book, but what he does is he literally starts with a what if. Okay. So Dave will go, what if this person sees his parents murdered? That's it. He just writes it on an index card. And then he'll take another index card and he'll write two scenes, a scene before that and a scene after that. And then he puts them, and then he just continues to expand on that idea. And eventually he sits down at a computer once he's got like 40 or 50 index cards in front of him. Now, I'm not saying to do that. I don't do that. But, you got to expand on your idea. Is it the beginning of the story? Is it the middle? Is it the end? Where does that part come in? TM Toast, I'm just going to call you Toast, said, I did something like 18,000 words in 3 days by just telling myself to just write it. And that's how you do it. Mr. Frank says, now I have to do it. Well, yeah. Yeah, index card. What if a bear exploded? And then you just expand from there. You just gotta sit down and write. Everybody's got a story in them. Everybody thinks this is so easy. And sadly, the easiest part of the writing career is the writing part. Trickster says, okay, thanks for the insight. Mr. Frank says, Toasty knows. Toasty always knows. Speaking of Toasty, Chad Lutsky in the house. Afternoon, folks. What's up, Chad? We got the whole crew except for, Nick. I would say it's because we're on so late, but when I go on at noon, Nick never pops in anyway. Toasty has something like 4 books sitting around 30 to 50,000 words, but nothing finished. You got to finish something. And you know why you got to finish something? You got to finish something for you. You got to finish something so in your mind it sets, and then your brain goes, you know what? I can finish a story. I can finish a book. This is easy. I could do this. Chad says exactly. Finish that for you so it becomes a thing. Exactly. You want it to become a thing. Trickster says, I'll definitely drop back in once I get good enough along a plot line. Well, there you go. Pop in. Always ask questions. You got any questions? There are several writers right now hanging out. A couple of them might be good. I couldn't tell you which two. But we can always answer your questions in here. That's the fun of it. Published authors. Mr. Frank's published. Chad Lutsky's published. I'm published. I don't know who else is published. I'm going to keep saying the word published. I'm drinking that coffee published. No. All right. Yeah, I need to get these. I want to get this chapter done. Throw it back to Tom and hope by a miracle he'll write it another chapter this week. Wish Tom wasn't so busy all day. He couldn't pop in and just give us a little quick, hey, what's going on? People miss him. For some reason in this chapter, twice now, I've spelt there wrong. and I know how to spell it. He bagged up their things, but I spelled it There. I don't know why. And I did it in one other place. And I'm sure I'll do it again. I'm sure of it. I'll probably end up doing 45 minutes to an hour today. So about 15 to 30 more minutes. I think that'll be enough. Mr. Frank says, congratulations on your sellout, Chad. Mr. Frank just called you a sellout. I never forget when Metallica, when the Black Album came out, and everybody was calling them a sellout, because they were a sellout. And Jason Newsted goes, yeah, we're selling out every stadium we play in. I'm like, well, that does that. You still are a sellout. James Stiegel says, hey, man, loving the sounds of words getting typed, inspiring. Chad Lutsky, his wife, hates hearing me typing. She was very vocal about it a couple of years ago. She's probably not even in the house right now because she hates the noise of me typing. Right, Chad? Chad says, I do that with theirs sometimes too, even though I full well know which one to use. Same with its and its. Yeah, it's for, and it's, I don't believe I've done it with there before, but I noticed twice in this chapter, I get the little blue line. Whoa, I almost killed myself. Chat says, thanks, Mr. Frank. Feels good. You got a whole bunch of people in and out today. This is good. This is what I need. I need some chatting and some writing. I was all excited because they're like, oh, they're moving the Fallout, the last 2 episodes, to Tuesday instead of Wednesdays. And I was like, oh, maybe I can watch it today. No, they don't drop till like 9 o'clock tonight. I'm like, oh, well, that doesn't help me. I'm still just going to watch it tomorrow. Chad, did you watch Black Rabbit? I think it's on Netflix with Jason Bateman and Jude Law. This is an 8-episode thriller series. I thought it was pretty good. Dude, typing is productivity ASMR. Or as I like to say, ASMR. Oh, yeah, definitely ASMR. Chad says, I have not seen Black Rabbit, but I'm a big Bateman fan, so I'll have to check it out. Yeah, he is really good in this. He's also really dirty looking. Long hair, straggly beard. He was really, really good in it. Really good. I am also a big Jason Bateman fan. As is my wife. So when we saw it, I was like, you know what? I didn't even know it was on. We just happened to be watching or looking for something else on Netflix. And I was like, you know what? Let's watch this. Ms. Frank, I'm not going to repeat that. I'm trying not to get banned on the YouTube. I'm trying to keep all of my videos so they will be, so at some point they will be, what do you call it? There will be advertising. Mr. Frank says, I'm a medium Jason Bateman fan. You're like a mid Jason Bateman fan. Well, maybe that show will change things. Are there any good documentaries that are coming out? It's really annoying. Especially this Sunday, there's no football. Super Bowl's not till the week after. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to have a whole day of after I hang out with Peter Marsh and maybe Mr. Frank in the morning, I'm going to have a whole day of, I got to watch something. Mr. Frank said he's no Giovanni Ribisi. That guy is good. Sneaky Pete. That was a good show. I wish they had more seasons of that. Why? What are we doing here? I have a Salvation Army truck. All right, driving. I'm like, why are they parked in front of my house? What are they dropping off or taking? Ms. Frank said it's a documentary Desert. Chad says, have you seen Don't F with Cats? That's a good one. Yeah, that's an old one. I want something new. As Frank says, that's 6 years. So 6 years ago. That's 5 minutes ago, Chad. Yeah. I want something that's like right now, brand new, just hit. Boom, new documentary on something. We're going to watch it. As Frank says, and also those cat people solve nothing, only cause more problems. No, freaking cat people, right? Chad says they got that killer caught. It was awesome. Another good one is Taken in Plain Sight. Another So Last Summer doc recommendation. There's got to be some good 2026 documentaries coming up. Let's look that up. Let me spell documentaries right. Let's see what the AI overview is. The Lake. These are key documentaries in 2026. The Lake addressing the existential crisis of Utah's Great Salt Lake. Anti-Heroine, a documentary covering the life and art of Courtney Love. The AI doc, or How I Became an Apocalyptimist. Explores the risks and promises of AI. Corey Feldman versus the World. Chronicles the actor's life and allegations of abuse in Hollywood. The Age of Disclosure examines government information regarding UFOs. Being Gordon Ramsay. It's surprising enough about Gordon Ramsay. These are Netflix and streaming highlights. Glitter and Gold, Ice Dancing, a sports documentary on figure skating. I know Frank is going to watch that. Inside the Mind of a Serial Killer. I've seen about 1,000 of those. Let's see. What is this? This is from a couple weeks ago. So it's Corey Feldman versus the World. Apparently that's going to be a big one. The Age of Disclosure about the UFOs. The Age of Audio. This is a documentary about the history of podcasting. Age of Audio does not appear to be available to stream. Okay. Breakdown 1975. This is landed on Netflix in December. Narrated by Jodie Foster. It takes basically a look at 1 year in Hollywood. Chinatown, Taxi Driver, Network. So it talks about that. The New Yorker at 100. Merchants of Joy. A fun documentary about the surprisingly competitive Christmas tree industry in New York City. Paul Anka, His Way. I don't know what this is. BLKNWS. Oh, it's an Encyclopedia Africana. It's a trip aboard an Afrofuturist ship across the Atlantic. Peaches Goes Bananas. Look back at the career of the F the Pain Away singer, who will turn 60 next year. That's what they got on that. Shadlowski says there's a little hidden gem called Tiger King. You might be able to find a dub copy on VHS out there somewhere on the dark web. Yeah, we literally all watched that. I mean, everybody was like, we're sitting home and this is the thing we're going to watch. Mr. Frank said I was watching a doc series on the history of board games. It was boring. Boring games, more than likely. I don't know. Let's look at sports documentaries coming to Netflix in 2026. That Glitter and Gold, the ice dancing one. It's a season. I'm not watching that. The King of Chess comes out in a couple weeks. Formula One Drive to Survive. Full Swing. It's a golf one. America's Sweethearts, Dallas Cowboy Cheerleaders, season 3. I didn't even know there was a season 1 or season 2. Brazil 70. It's about soccer. Rafa. I guess it's a tennis one. So no real sports so far. Untitled James Rodriguez docuseries. I guess it's another soccer player. So yeah, no good sports ones. Chess says, I'd probably like that, Mr. Frank. I'm big into board games. Ms. Frank says, is that like King of Kong, but with rooks? Yes. So on Wikipedia, the category 2026 documentary films, they're just listing a bunch of things. So I don't know what any of these are, and I'm not going to click through all of them. I mean, Knife, the attempted murder of Salman Rushdie is coming out. Billie Eilish, Hit Me Hard and Soft, the tour. It's live in 3D. The History of Concrete. That's got to be crazy. That's got to be nuts, right? That is insane, that one seems like. Ms. Frank says, we need new train wrecks. Yes, we definitely do. Chaz says, and then there's the doc that author-musician Jeremy Wagner about Peter North. Ms. Frank says, when is the Megadeth doc coming to streaming? Let's look. I'm like, oh, look, it's on Netflix. No, it's not. It's just the other. So it says if they would let me go through. Have you guys seen the doc about air guitar competitions? Yeah, that thing is so old. All of those competitors are now all old and in nursing homes. What the hell? Come on. Exclusively in cinemas worldwide, Thursday, January 22nd, for a limited time. Then they're going to do just a handful of concert dates for 5 freaking years. I never saw that Dio one either. It doesn't say anything other than it's out. So to answer your question, I have no idea. Let's see what the most anticipated documentaries of 2026 are. Billie Eilish, no. The history of concrete. It's legitimately interesting. The Brittany Griner story. I'm not that I'm a WNBA fan, but she seems like a lot. You scream and complain about how much you hate this country, then you get arrested on drug charges in Russia, and then all of a sudden you love your country again because you need them to get out. What is this? So this is called The Disciple. It tells the story of Dutch Moroccan rapper producer Silverings, what is he, and his association with the Wu-Tang Clan, for whom he oversaw the making of the controversially rare album Once Upon a Time in Shaolin. But it just was at Sundance, so. There's a doctor one. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see anybody getting cut up. Come on. Yeah, these are all old. That's a lot of clickbait on that. As Frank says, Sebastian Bach is going to sing for Poison on the 40th anniversary tour. That makes sense. Chad says, I'm in the DO doc, not lying. There's a piece of me and Ronnie in it. I ran from the room screaming when I saw it, calling for my wife, honey, you're not going to believe this. I do remember you saying that when it came out. Omega Black Champion says, amen. As Frank says, so you won't curse, but you'll drop hot button takes like that. Yeah, I could do the hot button takes. So it doesn't really, I'm going to be honest with you, it doesn't seem like there's a lot of good things coming out. A one on Martin Short. I don't care about Martin Short. Beam Me Up Sulu. I think you know what that's about. Wow, there's a picture of Courtney Love, and she looks freaking old. I mean, she is, but they keep pushing this history of concrete. I think I have to watch this. The Maria Bamford story, the comedian. I don't like her. Not a fan. Mel Brooks, the 99-year-old man. We're going to do an Oz documentary, Wizard of Oz. Questlove's Earth, Wind, and Fire. All right, I'm done with this. It doesn't seem like there's any. I'm going to be honest with you. Now I'm even more upset. Mr. Frank says the world is boring. There's not much to document right now. Exactly. Nothing. There's nothing going on in the world. Mr. Frank says Mel Brooks is out now. So he's literally 99 right now. Chad says Sharon will probably put another new Aussie doc out too. Oh yeah, 100%. 100% we'll get several of those. And then we'll get a Black Sabbath one from her. And then we'll get a how wonderful the family is. And isn't that new thing that they're doing about the love of Sharon and Ozzy? I hope in that one they have all the times when he tried to choke her out and kill her. Yeah, so there's really 2027, maybe this time next year we'll look and go, hey, is there anything coming out this year? Hope Kelly is doing better. My gosh. Wait, what happened to Kelly? She looks weird now. Like she does not look like you would not like if you showed me a picture of her and didn't tell me who it was, I would have no idea who it was. She looks very, very different. And Jack still looks like he's 12 with a beard. I feel like I'm not even going to get this page done. Go look her up on TikTok or just Google her. She looks 80 years old and suffering. I know. She looks totally different. I thought you meant like something had happened to her, like she was in a car accident or something. She just looks bad. She's 41 years old. She looks like she's like 70. She just looks really friggin' odd. I liked her better when she was all chunky. She's been diagnosed with several conditions, including epilepsy, Lyme disease, OCD, borderline personality disorder, gestational diabetes. She loves the band The Accused. All kinds of problems with her. Then she has her journey with health challenges and self-advocacy, her battles with undiagnosed Lyme disease, which significantly impacted her health for years. So yeah, she's just a mess. Mr. Frank says Ozempic phase. All of it has nothing to do with drug use and Osborne-ness. No. It's just weird, like why this has happened to her. She's lost approximately 85 pounds after undergoing gastric sleeve surgery in 2018. But now she's just too skinny. Ms. Frank says she grew up so normal, right? If any kid out there, you would think Kelly Osbourne would have her head on right. When my daughters were young, I was always like, can't you be more like Kelly Osbourne? And that's why both of my daughters turned out so well, because they followed the routines of Kelly Osbourne. Madness. Ooh. I just threw up in my mouth a little bit. Ooh. You know why? Because I didn't take a freaking heartburn pill. I should have done that. I have to do that as soon as we get out of here. Nice. All that empanadas, and then the empanada stuff that goes in with it. And then drinking coffee. Probably that didn't help. He won't curse, but he'll vomit live on camera. Yeah, there's no rule against that, I don't believe. I'm suddenly warm now. Now I'm getting sick. Great. I just might puke. Get that awful taste in your mouth, like eating gummy worms. For some reason, I almost said gummy bears. Who the hell eats gummy bears? You eat the worms. Ugh. Toast says, darn Comcast fixing my internet in my area. WTH. What the hey? I get it because there's I have Xfinity, and there's a box right across the street for all the phone lines and all the internet, all the other stuff. Whenever a truck pulls up, I automatically save whatever I'm doing because usually within like 3 minutes, my internet trips. And I want to go out there and say, hey, can you stop doing that? Some of us are working during the day here. Sofa King, exactly. That's what I keep saying. Anytime they're out there, I'm like, Sofa King. Toast says, to be honest, they have been warning me for a week, but I well, all right, you know what? Then that's on you, Mr. Toast. That's on you. But yeah. I get like an update on my computer, and it's like, what do you want? You want to update now? I'm like, no, I'm right in the middle of something. So I'm like, I'll do it for like 3 days from now at 3 a.m. And then I did that. And then this morning I wake up and I'm like, how come I got to re-sign into everything? Oh, because I signed up for that 3 days ago. I am Sofa King funny, Mr. Frank says. Yes. That was just a burp. It smells. I'm be honest with you. That empanada coming up the other way does not smell nearly as good as it going down. I feel like this is going to be a bad afternoon. Any good faux places in Jacksonville? Here's my answer. I believe so. I believe I went to one with Michael Wiley. There's actually a ton of them. And in my area. Faux today. It says fresh flank and shrimp create your own faux bowl. Absolutely amazing. Bowl of pho. Pho 99 Vietnamese grill. PK noodles. Green papaya. There's a few of those around. Nudo Vietnamese cuisine. Ban Mai and Pho Express. A bit of Saigon. Saigon coffee and sandwiches, not to be confused with a bit of Saigon. Q-Cup boba tea. Hit the spot, Leo street food. Yeah, there's a lot of them. Ms. Frank says, Michael Wiley strikes me as a faux connoisseur. I think every time I've gone out to lunch with him to eat, he has ordered tofu. Ms. Frank says, we have faux today in Jersey. I wonder if it's a chain or if it's just yet another place they... But yeah. There's a good faux place in Biloxi at the Scarlet Pearl Casino that I've eaten in several times. Of course, then the meals are comped because my wife gambles. And that's pretty good. That's a giant bowl of pho bowl. Toast says, I really, I can't, I can't. I'm trying to be good. I'm trying to be good with what you're saying. I can't really repeat that. But you know what? I hope it's true. I hope that really is the name. I wonder if there's any like near me. I don't even know where we are on this map. Oh, there's the airport. Yeah, we got a green papaya and a family Asian market near us. So there you go. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. You know, I'm on here for 10 minutes, and all of a sudden I got 40 billion BS ones. I'm gonna put my watch on. I don't think I can think I gotta keep writing for a little bit, but I gotta go to the bathroom. Don't notice that my shirt is too short. My shirt is very short. Whew. Way too much empanada. I hate everything I got to re-log into. It's annoying. Annoying. Remember this device for 30 days. That's the stupidest button on anything. Because guess what it doesn't do? It doesn't remember you. Shingles doesn't care. Shingles hates you. Oh my God. Anybody on the thing called Nextdoor app in your area? I think these are the most illiterate people in the world. So this person just says, how many cars, car apostrophe S, has ran over the people? Or is drivers that run over peeps? OVA, peeps. I don't even think I want to read the rest of her message. The only thing is everybody's on here talking and they're all basically it's at 2:00 on a Tuesday. You're all on. Why? Because you probably can't get a job. Because you're really, really, I don't know, dumb. And maybe that's harsh. But you know what it's not? Positive Friday. I should have gotten a pill while it was up. Well, that was ridiculous. Ridiculous. I do need to finish the chapter so then Tom can write his next chapter sometime next week. I always wonder if people jump in while I'm in the bathroom and they're like, "Wow, this is a great feat. First time in. Oh, I guess there's a person that's supposed to be sitting there. I mean, I guess I could look at the billions of things on the back there." I'm going to write a few more things. If anybody's got anything pressing, throw it out there. Let's talk about it. Chad, if you're still there, have you read Tomato Red by Daniel Woodrow? I'm going to do a review on it. Probably drop tomorrow, today or tomorrow. It's very, very gothic noir. Good book. They changed the so here in Jacksonville. No, it's not. I mean, I guess it's technically is a crime. It's more Southern Gothic noir thriller. I mean, there's crimes that do happen in it. Moody noir, yes, it's really good characters. If you're into a smoky mystery, if you're like into like the Ron Rash stuff or stuff like that, is really good. No, not a cozy horror. I mean, there's sex in it, but I don't think you can consider it a romance. It's good. But now my library. So before COVID, they used to have the library fines if the books was late. And then once COVID hit, they were like, we're waiving all of the fees. And they never went back to collecting for late things. Yeah, a rashy romance. You got it, Mr. Frank. And so they still have it, but you were able to what do you call it? A book 5 times. Check out up to 5 times. So I would automatically go in and just hit 5 times. And then like this book now is not technically due till like the end of April. But now starting February 1st, you can only do that 2 times. Because apparently people are not getting the books that they want. Like I have a couple books that it's been like 6 months and they're not even old. They're not even new books. And I'm like, is anybody ever going to give this book back? A tomatoey soup of genres. Yes. Twix brown. I do like a Twix bar though. So yeah, but I already checked all mine. For actually, I only have 2 books right now, and I'm like Encyclopedia Brown. Yes, I never read Encyclopedia Brown. So Bobby, tomorrow, if it's not as freezing cold, it's 44 degrees right now. A saucy young adult adventure, exactly. I'll probably bring these 2 back, and then at that point, I will have no books checked out, and 2 that are currently on hold. And God only knows when I'm going to get them. One of them, it's been like I'm the next one in line waiting. So that's kind of annoying. Let's reverse that. Should be dead end job in this dead end life, not in this dead end life in this dead end job, right? Come on. Time to write a documentary since nobody else is putting one out. Exactly. You should start filming one. And I think at this point, no matter what you filmed, you like have your kids film it. Like, and here's the princesses watching their dad, have a heart attack while he's shoveling snow. Send it to Sundance. As Frank says, I want to make a documentary documenting you, documenting yourself on YouTube. I would watch that. As Frank says, all that behind the scenes frustration at navigating technology is where all the gold is really mined. Yeah. It'll be a lot of, Ugh! And it would also be a lot of, Shelly, get it. Could you come in here? I'm going to break this damn. Can you get in here and help me with this? How do I put a picture on this video? And then she'd be like, go in the other room. And then you'll see the video and her doing it in like 5 minutes. She's like, yeah, this is all you do. Do you want to do it? I'm like, I want to break something. No. Me just pacing in the back. That would be a good video. Somebody had sent me a thing and said, you should do like a day in the life video and like film various points of your day. I was like, that's a good idea, except two problems. Number one, I have no idea how I would film all that and then be able to put it together. That doesn't seem like something I could do. And my wife is very busy. She could probably figure it out. And number two, it would basically be me sitting here for like 8 hours a day, me sleeping for 8 hours a day, and me reading a book for 8 hours a day. That's literally my day. Mr. Frank says, there's this one 70-year-old dude who eats spicy stuff on TikTok, and I bet he's got 1 million followers. My daughter watches some woman who eats crunchy items and gets close to the mic and then chomps on them and chews them. And I'm like, that's gross. Why are you watching? She's like, I don't know. I just keep watching it. And she's got like 1.5 million viewers. And she's literally making so much money, she can just buy all the green peppers and celery she wants to just crunch on. It's insane. Ms. Frank says he made a TikTok that had audio playing of whatever porn he was watching prior to recording. Really? Ms. Frank says, and it was his birthday post, so he didn't want to delete it or re-record it. But then TikTok flagged it, and he was trying to argue in the comments that it wasn't him, and TikTok put that audio on his video. Yeah, that makes sense. Anyway, it all reminded me of you. I appreciate that. So like you're only 15 years from porn in the background on your YouTube. You know, whatever it takes. And it's 14 years, thank you. By that time, there will be no porn for me to look at because it is anything I used to watch is all blocked now in Florida. So you're not getting my driver's license. I don't need it that much. As Frank says, my bad. That's all right. You're all right. I got up to like 9 or 10 people on the feed, and then it's 4. Then it's 10. It is 112. 16 people. Then it's 4 people in an orangutan and a kangaroo. I don't know where these people are coming from. I'm not even close to finish with this chapter, to be honest with you. And not one of them are Nick. Exactly. Where is Nick? Nick at noon. Yeah. He can't even use that excuse. Oh, 1 o'clock's too late because he wasn't coming in when it was noon. You know what I liked about that show, Black Rabbit, is they had a lot of bottles of Pappy they were drinking. Nick the Nooner. Nick is probably, I'm guessing Nick is shoveling out snow or trying to figure out the ratio of dynamite to ice to blow up a park. Who can say? I'll probably go about 6.5 more minutes. Maybe I can finish this chapter, but it feels like I won't be able to. As Frank said, he's an old spirit, probably watching Invisible. Yeah, well, him and his invisible girlfriend together are watching it. I hit 5,000 subscribers. Sorry, 5,000 subscribers, but I am 2,500 hours away. So, do me a favor, while you're bored at work, watch 2,500 hours of my videos. Mr. Frank says, "Congrats." Well, thank you. It's funny when it started building up quickly. I was like, "Oh, it'll build up, and the hours will build up at around the same rate." And then the followers just took off. I had 355 followers on November 9th. I know that because I have it written down. So you had many new videos this weekend, Ms. Frank says. Yeah. So there's a few things, a book review or 2 that I did. I'm going to do another book review for tonight or tomorrow. And then tomorrow night I'll do a couple of reviews with my wife. I got Wednesdays normally scheduled. Ms. Frank says, I watched beta readers but got distracted, so I have to rewatch soon. Well, that's not good. I want you to watch the whole video. If you get distracted, watch the whole thing, because when you stop, I watched 5 minutes. Well, I'll go back. Well, that counts as you watched it for 5 minutes, and then, yeah. Ms. Frank says, but like the video did play the whole time, I wasn't actually watching it, so okay. Oh, good. Okay. You know, I apologize for yelling. I apologize for being mean to you. That's all I need. Yeah, Chill Biscuit is right. I need you to, even if you're not watching the damn thing, just put it on for the whole time. So my minutes goes up. The time goes up. Because there's a lot of people that just jump on videos and they keep going. And then I get like 3 seconds. And then my average is like, oh, I have this hour and a half video. And the average is like 32 seconds people are watching it, you know, which is not good. I got to come up with, for tomorrow, I got to come up with from my list, I had to come up with a video to do. And it's not going to be anything like the Sunday ones have to be the, you know, how I write 400,000 words a year, how I find beta readers, that kind of, getting a little cold in here. One. So tomorrow's a little lighter, but still hopefully a good 20 minutes. So I'll do one tomorrow too. So hopefully that will also add to it. Who can say? There's the mailman. I'm sure it's just a bunch of junk. Mailman junk. Ms. Frank says, thank goodness it's not Positive Friday. Oh, yeah, this would be a nightmare. Then I'd be like, I'm positive I almost threw up. So I think if I can average like an hour and a half on these, right? Say 4 of these a week, that's like 6 extra hours of video that we can all watch. I should be able to get it. This time last year, I was hardly getting any views and any minutes, which is good. So there's nothing really, not that much dropping off. Maybe an hour or 2 every day. Yes, sneeze. Ooh. If the cat was sitting on that chair, I would have sneezed all over her. I will obviously be back tomorrow. My regularly scheduled, I'm probably going to do noon, and then Nick's not going to come in and annoy me, but I'm still going to do noon. I'm going to try to do an hour and a half or 2 hours. Now, Thursday, I'm probably not going to be on because I'm hanging out with that dude, Chris, who is a filmmaker and horror author. And anytime we get to lunch together, it's usually like 4 or 5 hours for some reason. We just talk about a ton of different things. So I probably will not be on Thursday. But then those videos me and my wife shoot Wednesday night, hopefully, will be on. So keep watching my videos, people. Hit the subscribe button. I appreciate each and every one of you. Mr. Frank says you weren't trying a year ago. No, I wasn't trying at all a year ago. Yeah, thirst traps is it. I was going to change this to Armand's thirst trap, but I was like, you know what? Armand's opinion is good. Good enough for now. People have eyes. They can see this is all thirst trap. As can I. All right. Thanks for hanging out with me, everybody. Thanks for sticking till the end, Mr. Frank. Thirsty Thursdays is right.